Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to ask my colleagues and staff on the Senate floor to join me in a special time of appreciation and tribute to somebody who has served us all well in the Senate for this term and a long time before that. Craig, why don't you join me over here? I want you to stand right here so I can kind of see you. Yeah. It's just about perfect. So I've got this tribute here in front of me. I had the opportunity to read through it here a couple of days ago. It is very impressive. And I would suggest that you all should find a opportunity to read through it. Though it's really not surprising that Craig has such an interesting, comprehensive, and diverse background, which goes a long ways to explain why he is and has been so effective at every position he has served in. But this won't surprise you either. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it. It's simply too good to read. It needs to be absorbed, contemplated, read, and reread by you, Craig, and by his family. And friends, the guy described in this tribute could lead one to ask, well, who is this guy? Well, I'm glad you asked. I will do my best to add some color to this wonderfully composed tribute by using some of my most favorite F words. First, when I think of Craig Ryan, I think of family. Seldom have he and I, ever had a discussion where family didn't somehow make its way into the conversation. Craig and Telly are nothing if they aren't totally and fully committed to their family. This world would be a different and much better place if every kid had the privilege and blessing of being raised in a Craig and Telly Ryan household. They don't just love their kids, they love them enough to discipline them with the unlimited, unconditional love that they have. And Telly, we all know where the real source of strength is in families such as this. And we're grateful for you, for how you've supported Craig through his career here, and how you set such a high standard of loving and running and building and nurturing a family. Thank you for being here this morning. Let's give Telly a warm welcome. No one who really knows Craig can begin to describe him without using another F word, faith. Again, seldom have we had a serious conversation that faith didn't enter into the mix. Craig's faith permeates from every pore of his being, especially for those fortunate enough to work closely with him. Even as recent as last night, he played an active role in bringing a friend and co-worker to the Lord and participated in his baptism and public confession of faith. We all know in this environment we are privileged to serve in and to remain steady and faithful, avoiding the seductions and temptations of working in high levels of public service is a challenge, and Craig sets a high standard. His love and faith in the subject of this holiday season, Jesus Christ, is a cornerstone of his very being. And then closely associated with his faith, Craig has shown many of us what fearless means, another favorite F word. We have watched with wonder and awe how he and Telly have witnessed to all of us their faith has led them through the uncertainty of taking on a seriously discouraging diagnosis of cancer and facing it head on. Frankly, and I know my opinion matters not in this area, I think he was a pretty good-looking stud when he had no hair. Technology has proven wonderful in this perpetual battle with cancer, but nothing matches the fearlessness of someone who has hope and deeply rooted faith. And Emma, Lily, Jack, and Harrison, you should be very proud of your dad. Finally, and that's not my last F word, but finally, the F word label that I will forever associate with Craig is fun governor. Every single time I've advocated for an outside the norm action, Craig was the first to tell me, sometimes in very creative ways, that my ideas were nuts. Sometimes he would simply look at me with that's a stupid idea look that he could muster without even an effort. Other times he would ask a simple question like, do you really want to destroy your career that quickly? And when I suggested something that I was completely sold out on, that he knew would be a huge failure and a risk to the entire organization, he would pause for a longer than normal moment and then say, I quit. Thankfully, he never quit. He just prevailed. And until now, when an unplanned opportunity presented itself that made sense for him, for his career, and for his family. And I am convinced will continue to accrue to the benefit of Michigan. So Craig, may God continue to bless you and everything and everyone you touch, like you have me and many of us in this chamber. Go forth and marvelously prosper, my friend.